Hi, this is Skip, Santa Barbara Stone Masters. Today we're going to be talking about polished marble in this episode. And let's get right into it. So you might ask, what's the difference between polished marble and honed marble? Previous episode we talked about honed. Polished marble is just the opposite. We are tightening up the pores, closing the pores down so that whatever the surfaces we're working on, in this case marble, reflects light because the pores are so tight that the light isn't being absorbed by the surface, it's bouncing off the surface. That's the difference between polished versus honed. Why polished? Well, that's not for us to decide. It's because it's what you want. It's the decor, it's the aesthetic value, it's what you love in your kitchen versus your master bathroom vanity top versus your showers, etc. at all. Regardless of where it is within your space, you love, adore that highly polished mirror finish. That's why you do polish. All right, so you love marble, you love the high polish that it's so lustrous and beautiful. And then what do you got to be careful of? Well, it's going to etch, you're going to stain, it's going to have spots, it's going to look like it's more damaged more frequently and more often than not. You really have to pay attention to it. You've got to be so much more careful on a highly polished surface because things just show up so much sooner. Even if it's just one little speck, it just is so obvious. Other than that, if that's okay, then we'll fix it anytime you have a spot put on it. How do we go about polishing marble? All right, it's just the opposite of honing. We're going to use a hand machine or a floor machine if we're working on floors. We're going to use a soft pad with a certain size diamond chip embedded in it. We're going to use a more rigid pad with a certain size diamond chip in it. And when I say diamond chip, if you've ever sanded a piece of wood and you've used like a 50 grit sandpaper, it's very rough. It makes that board rough. If you go to a 300 grit or 400 grit sandpaper, all of a sudden the grains in the wood become very smooth and even wood starts to shine. Guess what? Stone's no different. At what point in time do you call us and say, Skip, I need you guys back out here again. The polished countertop it needs it. It's a personal preference issue, really. It really does come down to it. When that countertop isn't as perfect or it doesn't meet your liking, that's when we come out and do it. It's going to vary from person to person. That's the honest truth. Well, that'll wrap this episode up on polished marble. Thanks very much. Tune in for the next episode and we're going to be talking about maintaining your stone. I'll see you then.